All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you all are having a great holiday season. Today, the Golden State Warriors took down the Phoenix Suns, but I was specifically impressed with a guy named Jonathan Kuminga. Some way, somehow, Jonathan Kuminga fell all the way to Golden State, and the league is about to pay for it, man. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year. They'll pay in increments. Don't get me wrong about that one. But I'm talking about like year after year of just, man, how'd you let the Warriors get Jonathan Kuminga? I fully anticipate this guy being an absolute star in the league. But welcome back to the channel, guys. If you enjoyed this video, you like daily NBA content, you like Golden State Warriors content, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, really helps out the channel. We're still trying to hit 10,000 subs by the end of the year. It's looking pretty unlikely. We got a couple of days and still like over 150 to go. But every new subscriber, thank you guys so much. Jonathan Kuminga the other day, not the other day, but a couple of games ago, dropped 26 points. I was really, really impressed with him that night. Tonight, even more so, because what I saw from Jonathan Kuminga is, first off, you are playing in the Phoenix Suns, who, by the way, made the NBA Finals last year. I'm sure we're all aware of that, but this is the 1 seed in the West. This is the 2 seed in the Western Conference. In the matchups they've had so far this season, they have been, like, they've lived up to the hype. And tonight, I was really looking forward to Steph Curry, because the last time they played, Steph was still trying to break the record, and I felt like Phoenix guarded him very well, very well. They're letting him feel the game, getting physical with him. Tonight, he dropped 33 points, but with Golden State, what makes them so impressive at 27-6, now the 1 seed in the West, is they're just really deep. And obviously, they have a bunch of guys out with COVID right now. We're talking Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole. Like, those are 2 big guys to be missing tonight against a great team, red-hot Phoenix Suns team. And then keep in mind, they're still without Klay Thompson. They're still without James Wiseman. Andre Iguodala also is in protocol. So they're not even at full strength, and they're taking down the Western Conference champ last season. But so you have Steph Curry, and, Steph can only do so much. Steph, he really can only do so much that we saw with every time Golden State's won a championship, you don't just have Steph, you have the whole team. And I look at a guy like Jonathan Kuminga, who I think a lot of people weren't expecting him to make any type of impact whatsoever this season. Well, first off, his defense would disagree with you right off of the bat. This guy played in the G League last year, kind of showcased it off there. Very limited, very limited season with the G League last year, but so far this season, especially ever since they threw Kuminga in the G League, since he's come back and been recalled, he's been going off. You can tell he looks very confident. He gets downhill quickly. He can get to the rim very fast. He's a physical player, but he draws a lot of fouls. He's a big body as he is. He plays between that small forward, power forward. I don't know what they actually technically list him. They technically list him as a power forward, but he splits time between there. When he gets downhill and when he finds his lane, if he gets a good pick or what have you, and he's going downhill, the opposing team usually fouls him. Not every time does it get called, but with such a physical guy like that, you have to meet him with physicality, and the result of that are a lot of free throws for a guy like Jonathan Kuminga. Now, unfortunately, keep in mind he's only played like 8 minutes a game this season, but he hasn't showcased that much from the free throw line. He hasn't, he's still shooting below 30% from downtown as well. So I feel like most people would actually agree with this statement, is if Jonathan Kuminga actually, if he were to develop a jump shot, like say he, out of thin air, he had a jump shot. Realistically, what would be holding him back? The answer is nothing. And I think of a guy named Andrew Wiggins, who was already on their team, that before, when he first went to Golden State, there was a lot of questions about him. Does he even want to play basketball? What a wasted pick. Comes to Steve Kerr, gets set up in their offense, gets set up in their defense, and look at Andrew Wiggins now. He is a lethal, very good, star caliber, 2-way basketball player that any team in the NBA could use. Any team could use an Andrew Wiggins guy. Well, that's why I have such big hopes for a guy like Jonathan Kuminga. I know it's crazy in retrospect, but like if you think back to a couple of years ago, a lot of people thought Andrew Wiggins' career was about to be over. A lot of people thought that. Steve Kerr fixed him up real quick, revitalized his NBA career. Jonathan Kuminga already has a lot of traits about himself. Defensively, offensively, he's built well, he's built big, he's fast, he's quick, he can play defense. He can make a little bit from downtown, not that much, not at a very consistent rate, but there is enough promise and potential there that if he were to develop a two-pointer, like a mid-range or a three-point shot that was just kind of like, you know, easy money, I mean, it'd be game over. I mean, he'd be an immediate superstar, in my opinion. The biggest thing for Kuminga right now, I would say, is confidence. I mean, I don't know exactly what Golden State is going to be doing come playoff time, but all I know is Jonathan Kuminga just needs to have the mentality that come playoff time, the team's going to need him, and that they still, you know, as they do right now. So even if he gets recalled to the G League, if they throw him down in the G League to get his confidence up, or just to keep him playing basketball, to give him the ball in his hands, to make sure he is running up and down the court every other night, or every other night, what have you. But just so once all these players come back to health, you know, Klay Thompson, James Wiseman, Andre Iguodala, Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, if there isn't room for Kuminga right away necessarily, throw him in the G League, but he's got to maintain that confidence that, all right, I'm down here for a reason, as I was a couple of weeks ago, and I need to be ready whenever my name is called, because if my name gets called, I need to be ready for Steph, I need to be ready for our team, our city, our staff, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And that's why I really like players who played in the G League last year is, Jonathan Kuminga doesn't strike me as the type of guy who is afraid of the moment, but even more so, the fact that he played in the G League last year, the fact that he played against professional basketball players for a good season. You got at least practices in as well. I know it was a shortened season, but still, nonetheless, experience is experience. And I just think as we get later on into this season, you're going to have nights like this. Like Kuminga only played 21 minutes then. He had 12 points. He only had 1 rebound, didn't have any assists, didn't have any steals, didn't have any blocks. +5 in the plus-minus category, was the only Warriors bench player to be positive. 3 of 4 from the field, 1 of 1 from downtown, a nice corner 3. So he's picking and choosing his threes, which is what you want to see. Smart, efficient basketball mind, got great basketball IQ, and 5 of 6 of a free throw line. So what more really could you ask for? The answer is probably nothing. So Jonathan Kuminga, I mean, the Warriors got an absolute steal in him, absolute gem. The NBA, I feel like a lot of people know this, and they're just hoping that the Warriors get desperate enough where they're going to have to trade him. I don't think that even happens. So that's it for today, guys. Once again, happy holidays to everybody. If we could find a way to get this video to 20 likes, that would be awesome. Nice little Christmas gift there. But have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.